Okay, so today's video will be about iteration, which is basically like loops or repeating something. So I'll show you. Let's create a new project. I'm gonna name this one, I'm gonna name it loops. So I want you to draw attention to something. Look at my cat over here. Let's say I wanted to make it go forwards and backwards. Or let's say I wanted to make it go forward 3 times. So I'll have to press move 10 steps 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Or I can bring in 3 blocks and press it once. So I'm this way to show you guys what happens. So I press it, this whole block, and it moves 3 steps forward. But what if there was a way to condense it so we didn't need all this unnecessary blocks? That's a repeat block right here. So watch what I do. So instead of having to do this, we can bring in move 10 steps, and we can put in repeat 3 times. You don't see because it's going too fast. I'm going to add a weight right here underneath. And look, it goes forward 3 times. So that's a repeat function. It can allow us to loop something any amount of time we want. We can just substitute any number here, let's say 6, and it will go forward 6 times. So that's pretty important when you have a whole lot of code that you want to repeat and you don't want to have it get too long, like something like this, where watch, if I wanted to make it move forward more steps, I'll have to have such a long code. Instead, I can just change this, and it's as simple as that. It will work. So next, I want to show you the forever loop. So the forever loop, basically what it does is that it has all the block of code inside it. Repeat until the program is open. So I'll demonstrate. Remember when I showed you last time that whenever a program starts, we press the green flag? So let's say we press the green flag. Our program will start. It starts a loop. Now let's say I want the cat to change color while the program runs. I just want it to keep changing colors. So watch this. When the flag clicked, forever, change color effect by 25. Now watch what happens. Now, the cat will keep changing colors until I tell it to stop. When I'll tell it to stop now. That's a forever loop. And then we have one more type of loop I want to show you guys. That's our repeat until loop. So, repeat until is also pretty useful. Basically, any line of code here will repeat until a certain condition is met. For example, I'm gonna bring in some food. Let's say an apple. So I'm gonna make an example piece of code. Let's say the cat wants to get to the apple. Until it touches the apple, it's gonna keep going forward. So I'll show you how to do that. So remember when I said when our program begins, we want the flag. So when our program begins, we want our cat to keep going forward until it touches the apple. To repeat until it touches the apple, we'll go to sensing and find touching apple, right? And remember when I said earlier we want our cat to keep going forward until it touches the apple? So watch this. You just move 10 steps and then press the green flag. It goes forward until it touches the apple, just like that. Repeat until is another useful loop. So to summarize, I'm gonna bring all our loops together, and then I'm gonna make an example program for you using some of these ideas. So we have our repeat a certain amount of times, where amount of code will repeat as long as we want it. This will help like condense our code and make it smaller instead of adding so many blocks. And then we have our repeat until, which has our code repeat until a certain condition is met. In this case, I showed we have our cat repeating or going forwards until it touches the apple. And then we have our forever loop, which will have the code inside it run forever until we make a program stop. So now I'm going to go through a code with you guys. I was thinking of making a game called Target Practice. So I'm going to go and create a new game. I'm going to click Save Now, go to my folder, create a new project. I'll call this one Target Practice. So, gonna name it Target Practice. Then, so for Target Practice, I was thinking we can get a balloon to move up and down on the field. And then when the balloon's moving up and down, we have to shoot an arrow at it. And then that's the challenge. So, okay, let's get the balloon as one character. And then I'm gonna delete the cat because that's on arrow or something we can shoot. I'm deleting that, and instead of the cat, I'm going to use let's just use a lightning. Yeah, a lightning bolt. We shoot the lightning bolt at the balloon. So first, if we're gonna shoot the lightning, I'm gonna change this direction. I'm gonna make it look towards the balloon. So if I rotate it, and then 0 degrees, it faces the balloon. Actually, instead of lightning, I'll go with something smaller. Actually, the arrow. Arrow works fine. So I'm gonna put the arrow on the left and the balloon on the right. I'm gonna shoot the arrow at the balloon. So first things first, to consider what we want the program to do. We want the balloon to keep going up and down forever, and then we can shoot the arrow at the balloon. So if we want it to go forever, what should I do? When our program starts, we activate a forever loop, right? We want it to go up and down forever. So remember when I said we change up and down by y? Change y by 10. That'll make it go up. So let's see what happens. Okay, so our balloon only goes up forever. But we want it to also come down. So let's have a change y by negative 10. So it will go down as well. Let's try running it now. Oh no. See what happens? Because there's no waiting in the middle, as soon as it goes up, it comes right back down. So you don't see anything. So we have to have a wait right here. So let's see. Okay. Let's make the balloon go higher. So instead of 10, maybe I'm gonna do 50. Or no, I'll make it 60. 60? Oh, yeah, negative 60 for the second one. So change y by 60, and then change y by negative 60. So it goes back down. So I click the flag. And see, the thing is, when we change y, it doesn't go smoothly. It just jumps up or teleports. So watch what I do. Instead of going up by 60 steps, we'll make it go up slowly. So it'll go 6 steps at a time. And do that for change y by negative 60 as well. It will happen in smaller increments. So it goes 6 steps at a time instead of 60. That'll slow it down a bit so we can see what happens now. So we're going to put a weight right here. Okay, look, our balloon works. It goes up and down forever. You know, I'm just going to make it go a bit higher, so I'll change this to 20. This also to 20. So it goes just a bit higher. So look at this. Our balloon moves just how we want it to move. So I wanted to start right here, right at x 144 and y negative 25. So look, remember when I said we wanted our reset function or where we wanted to start? So when we start our program, we wanted to go to this specific location. Now let's make our arrow shoot. For this one, we're going to be using a button press. Let's make it space. When space is pressed, we want the arrow to shoot. So it's gonna shoot forwards. Okay, so that means you're gonna have to use the move 10 steps. So if we just press space, it's gonna move forward by very little. So let's repeat it so it goes forward by a lot. Let's make it go 10 steps. 40 times. So just like that, our arrow goes. But it doesn't return back to where we want it to go. So I have an idea. This might be a bit complex, but I'll show you. Whenever a program starts, okay, we're gonna use a forever loop and an if statement. So forever, if our balloon senses that it's touching the balloon, it's going to go back to where it started from. Just like that, we'll have it go back. So this might be a bit complex. So while our program is running, it's gonna keep scanning if it's touching the balloon. What if it does? It'll go back to where it started from. So watch this. We've built our program now. Our balloon goes up and down because of our forever that allows it to go up and down until we say stop. And then with our arrow, when you press space, it shoots forward. And with our forever loop, it scans. Whenever it touches the balloon, it gets sent right back here. And just like that, we have made our program. So that's it for today's session. And I'll see you tomorrow for the last session of this week. As a reminder, next week also there's going to be more sessions again. But for this week, tomorrow is the last lesson, and then we'll continue next week again. So that's it. That's all for me today. I'll see you soon.